What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Sad Bastards Corner. I'm here with Jack in Green Man. Wembley, how are you, man?
I'm good, my friends.
How was your birthday?
Oh, it was very, very nice. It was very good indeed. Went out to Shoreditch, good place to go on a Friday night, Saturday night, and even a Sunday night if you can go out there. And do you know what? Fuck it. Even any day of the week is good to go out there. But yeah, it was good. I mean, I had a great weekend on my birthday as well, and then this Friday, almost didn't make the Cardiff game as well.
I saw your face before the game, man.
I looked like death, honestly, mate. It was disgusting. But at least I had a good time anyway. What are you saying? You good yourself?
Well, because I went out yesterday, I can't touch alcohol today. I'll be honest with you, even looking at it, it's just turning my stomach.
Well, that's fair enough. You'll be back on it next week, though, won't you?
Next week, probably tonight.
Easy then, that's
exactly,
fine.
It's fresh this week. But yeah, let's go straight into the questions. Okay, this is a good one. First question is from, I don't know how to pronounce that name, I'll just spell it out. JVJAARP. I don't know what that's meant to pronounce anything.
That will do.
Yeah. First question says, please tell me what are the names of the beers you're drinking, especially the red stuff Lewis has each show. Up the blues. Well, stars. It's not even a beer this week.
A nice glass of cool OJ.
They're going to tear me apart for drinking this. They hate the dark fruits enough as it is.
Well, that is the one though anyway, strong by dark fruits. And Stella, a bit typical in it really. But it's a good beer for me, I like it. Also, I will say Heineken, I do like, I am partial to a Heineken every now and again though.
Not gonna lie, I'm a mixer guy. I'm a mixer.
Is that as in a mixer with a spirit?
Mixer with a spirit. Jack Daniels and Coke's my favourite.
I mean, that's not too, but I'll tell you, there's some really nice scotch I had last week. It's called Macallan Gold. It's quite expensive, so you can't have it often, but it is beautiful. Well, luckily I didn't buy it. Somebody bought it for me. It was I think it was £30 for a double. Something like that. I think it was something like that, yeah.
£30 for a double?
What's the volume?
It's normal. It's just, I think it's just the way it's made, but it's beautiful, beautiful scotch. It really is nice. But it's not something I'd have like a lot of the time.
Yeah, for 30 quid, I don't blame you. I wouldn't have it all the time.
I think it was 30 quid anyway, but don't hold me to that. But it was bloody good anyway, I'll give you that.
I hope so.
Yeah. Don't worry, it'll be back on the dark fruits anyway next week.
Probably. Depends on Monday goes. Let's go straight to the next question, and I think, what is it? Danny Wickfam says, do you think Hazard will pass the 20-goal mark this season? Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. Based on how he started already, I think he's looked solid. You could probably say
I've seen Hazard like this at Chelsea.
But he's been given freedom again, hasn't he?
Exactly.
I mean, I can totally agree. This is definitely the best I've seen Hazard play. Like it looks like when he first came to Chelsea, he was really bright, really sprightly.
Yeah.
And then he hasn't dropped, but obviously he had the form sort of went back a little bit. He wasn't a bad player.
Yeah.
But now that he's been allowed to express himself again, and he likes to free roam, and when he can free roam, he plays unbelievably. So yeah, definitely. And he's getting assists as well, so he could.
20 goals plus assists. I don't know, I look at it in January, but I'm thinking, with a player of his talents, it's very early days, but
yeah.
You think you'd see him even hit the 30-goal mark?
I'd say in all competitions, yeah. In all competitions, without a doubt. Probably not in the Prem. It's going to be that's really...
Record's 32, isn't it?
Exactly.
It's like a lot to hit 30.
And Salah just had a bonkers season last season as well. And if he does, I mean, he's got the ability to do it, don't get me wrong. And he'll get the service, and he'll make his own service as well as the type of player he is. But yeah, all competitions, I think, without a doubt.
Definitely. Okay, let's go straight to the next question. It's from a guy called Jake Gazy on Twitter, and he said, your favourite team in the Premier League, excluding the Chelsea. Personally, mine's Southampton. No.
Right, let's be frank. I do not have any support for any other Premier League team. Not even a smidgen, I've got to say it.
For me, it's simple. If you're facing Spurs or Arsenal or West Ham, I want you guys to win. Other than that, you can fuck off. I've got no reason to support you.
Exactly. I mean, I've come through 4 generations of being a Chelsea fan, and I will stick with that my entire life.
And I've come through absolutely 0 generations. I still say the same thing.
Perfect. That's exactly the way to do it.
Okay. Let's go into, I think it's the 4th one now. It's from Lee Carvey, and he says, "Hey guys, I watch the show every week. So, my question is, who makes up the new songs for the players and the manager? I do feel new songs breathe new life and atmosphere into the stadium. I often think of new songs, and although I'm no Gary Barlow, I wouldn't have a clue how to add them. Now, I think Louis got a story in this, so...
Me and Chris stoke away Bakayoko song last year.
Yeah,
You're not gonna come in.
I'm laying claim. Nah, it's your show. My ego.
We invite you. Come.
You were here last week.
Yeah, because I was only here last week to talk a little bit about Bats Flip, which if you still haven't checked out, make sure you do. I can't actually fit in here yet. Hang on, there we go. Hello, gentlemen. Right, let's actually flick this around because I can't actually see where I am. No, can't flick it. Brilliant, sweet.
No worries.
But yeah, I just had to guess.
Just going like that.
That's low on the table. No, stoke away last year. Me and Chris started the Bakayoko song.
Yeah, I mean...
Well, Chris started it.
Let's just say it's a bit of a shame Bakayoko has not been...
No, because as soon as we made that song, he started being shit. It's not fair. And then I've tried other ones as well, it just doesn't work. I thought Jorginho to Human League would be quite good.
I mean, there are definitely ones which you've come up with which I like. But some of the ones, I'd say, if a chant is like too songy, like you kind of sing a song whilst you're chanting.
Just because I'm musical, Jack, okay?
No, but you know what I mean though, don't you? You know what I mean. But I have to say that there are some good chants you have come up with though.
I like the one we came up with last year to Frankie Valli for Eden Hazard. Eden Hazard.
Oh yeah.
That's a great song.
Yeah. I thought it was Madcon to Madcon.
No, mate, oh no, right. Madcon did a cover of Frankie Valli. Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons did the original song. So you know the song that you hear. So that Adidas advert from like 10 years ago. You know when David Beckham's in it. It's the house party.
Oh yeah.
And that's the original.
It's a great advert.
It's a great advert. Great song. Like one of my favourite songs. Like growing up, my dad. He kind of made a bit of a comeback. So that kind of like a few people did remixes. Like Paluski did a remix and stuff like that as well. And it's like it's one of my favourite songs of all time. Like genuinely, like if you were to do a Desert Island Discs, that would be one of the songs I'd have in it. That and One Step Beyond too.
Yeah, so, definitely.
Yeah.
Well, I'd just like to add on this question as well that for those of you who don't know, there was a guy called Mickey Greenaway who was about at Chelsea in the 60s, 70s, 80s type time, and he's sort of. Not a lot of people know about him, but he was sort of the one. If you know Tell Me When to Mo and Zig Zagger, credit to him for those because they are now staples of the Chelsea Terrace, you could say now. So he sort of like back in the day, there used to be more people who like this is when somebody will debut it and it will make its way into the terraces. But you don't really have that now. Like it seems that different type of people come up with it, and if it's good enough, it'll catch on. That seems to be the way it works.
One thing I feel, I think, but it's like Liverpool as a club. That basically all the songs kind of come from Liverpool, like, la la la, and like if you go through it, there's a lot where they originated in Liverpool and clubs kind of put a twist on it.
Yeah.
I wish, because like I said, I love my music. Like literally, if I'm walking somewhere or if I'm at home, wherever, there will always be music on, like regardless. And I just wish. You know, we had that little bit in us because I don't feel that we've got that. I don't feel Chelsea fans have that in them. Kind of, we come up with a couple.
Yeah, I know.
But do you know what I mean? I'm not slagging anyone off, but it's like I'm just like.
I know exactly. It's like because there's too many times where we've got a chant for a player and it's just like their name in a different tune.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So like, it's
Diego Costa. I thought he should have had a better song. He should have had a better.
I'd say Hazard deserves a better song.
Nah, that was one of I like that one.
I like it, but I think one of the most talented players we've seen at this club, we could come up with better.
We probably could. I mean, only time will tell now. We've got to get some new ones in for Jorginho and possibly Kovacic as well. Well, Jorginho, there are a few floating about, but there's no staples yet.
Kovacic has got itch at the end of his name. Itch, pitch. We know it's coming.
Bitch.
You know it's coming. You know it's coming.
Rich.
No. Kovacic in the middle of our pitch. It's going to come. It's going to happen.
Yeah, probably will. That means he's got to hopefully sign for us in at the end of the season. That'd be nice.
I don't know. We'll see.
Someone I know Nick turned the old Morata chant to the Kovacic chant.
Or there's the Jorginho one as well, isn't it?
No. It's that one, the one that people were getting banned for.
Oh, that one.
Yeah, we can't say those things.
I'm not chanting it.
Yeah, down low.
We do not agree with anti-Semitism. We'll give that a miss. But anyway, lads, I'll leave you to get all your questions. See you in a bit.
Right, I mean that was a
that's
great question. That was a great question. We could literally chat for hours about that.
Well, it's something we want to improve on. We've spoken about the atmosphere at the bridge.
Yeah.
It's not great.
We'll see what happens anyway.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. Next question is from Marco Birchie on Twitter, and he says, "Worst away ground you ever been to?"
Do you know what? It's for me. It's between Stoke or West Ham new ground.
Yeah, West Ham's a shit.
West Ham for me is everything that an English football stadium isn't.
Which is
good. Right. So a stadium needs to be, for me, I think a stadium needs to be compact and close to the pitch, so you get an atmosphere. Also, I think it doesn't need to have the stadium needs to be. I'm very old school. I like it when a stadium is in a square shape, so I don't like it round because I think the way you view a game is different. Do you have a different way of viewing the game as opposed to? That's
what I liked about the bridge.
That is the thing, but it's old school. Like, don't get me wrong, I do like Wembley Stadium as a ground, and that is round. And obviously, we've had the privilege of being able to go there quite a few times over the past few years. But it's just there's something about an old school style ground, and with Stoke, obviously, I think the fact that Stoke is it's not the only stadium, but it's a long way away from the station. It's a bit difficult to get to. It's just, I mean, the away section looks a little bit like a prison. Like, to be honest, no disrespect to the Stoke lot, but it's just I'm not a massive fan of it. That's my personal opinion.
For me, it's either Palace or Everton for me, mainly because
I love old school grounds.
No, I like old school grounds, but for me with those grounds, it's because the concourse is tight. Palace isn't as tight, but Everton's is very tight. And half the seats there are terrible as well because you've got the fucking planks in the way and they don't even put as restricted.
Can I just say, the Everton and along with a few other teams, Burnley I think off the top of my head, no other one, they have wooden seats and they may not be comfortable. Well, to be honest, we stand anyway. They may not be comfortable to sit on, but oh my god, they are so nostalgic and I just love that.
No, I don't mind the seats. It's the stadium in general. Well, the stadium in general, I think.
I can see where you're coming from.
Falling apart.
I can see where you're coming from, but I think that's just what makes it brilliant about English football. The fact that things are not in the perfect condition, I love that.
I think we all agree to disagree on that.
We're
not going to agree on that. We're both thinking completely differently.
Yeah, well, at least we can both agree that Stamford Bridge
is our favourite.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'll go for that. Next question, I think it's the last one from Twitter, and it's from Swatridge21, and he says, "Isn't David Luiz the better option against the lesser teams due to them not pressing high?" Now, I don't really know what to say about it because it's a fact with us that we're still transitioning. We're playing very well right now, but we're still not complete yet, so we can't really fully answer that yet.
I think that the fact where he says, where is it, due to not pressing high, well, we haven't had a team yet who have properly pressed us high yet. So it's hard to say, but I think David Luiz is, obviously he has a couple mistakes here and there. Yeah. He's still a very solid player. But look, personally I would prefer to play Christensen because I think David Luiz should become that sort of player who he's more behind the scenes, you know what I mean? Yeah. So, like, for example...
What player just helps the dressing room?
Yeah, well, not necessarily, but comes on to games when... I'll rephrase it. I think Christensen is young and he needs developing. He could be unreal. He was so good when he was out on loan, especially when he was in Germany.
Even before that run of bad form last season, he was brilliant.
Yeah, I mean, and the thing is, people will say... What's been said to us a lot is Christensen makes mistakes, and so does David Luiz, but we let Christensen get away with it because he's young. To a certain extent, you have to be able to do that because that's how you develop a young player. You can't constantly slag them off for having bad games.
I agree with you on that, but I don't think it's just that. I think it's because just on age alone, we've seen a lot more of David Luiz in football than we have Andreas Christensen. And with Luiz, especially in his first spell, you saw errors. In fact, you saw errors until he was in three at the back. So for David Luiz's case, we've known him at Chelsea since 2011. And we've seen more or less the same bar one season. Christensen's come in one season, bar a couple of games. He's been very composed on the ball, which is why a lot of people are saying Christensen over Luiz.
Barcelona at home, just saying.
I understand, but one mistake off that, I get
There's a few more you could choose from.
I'm saying, other than that one mistake, he was superb that game.
Yeah, I agree with you.
He was
I will agree with that. I mean, it was an all-round great team performance that game. Anyway, we should have got more from it.
Unlucky William hitting the post twice.
Yeah, that's the way it works. But I mean, What was I going to say?
David Luiz.
David Luiz. So right, John Terry and Gary Cahill. They've got to a point now where David Luiz is reaching a similar type of age range. They're taking a more back seat. They're doing more behind the stuff scenes. When they're not playing on the pitch, they'll do stuff with the team, like with the younger players and this sort of thing. I think David Luiz is the perfect player to do that. He can still get game time. Don't get me wrong, because we've got competitions to play him in, but. I just think I really want Chelsea to invest in their future, so I just want Christensen to play as much as he can. It's a personal preference. Like,
he's the first player I think to have that we've properly given game time to since John Terry from our youth system.
Exactly, and it doesn't matter that he's not English. The fact that he's coming for our youth system is just something which is an overriding factor, I think. But it's a personal
for all the fans, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean it's a massive personal opinion. It's difficult to out, but the thing is, on the plus side, you can look at that as everybody wants Rudiger pretty much to staple, which is good for Rudiger because it means he's performing well. So in that sense, you could say that's another thing you could draw from it. Obviously, that's not the question, I know, but I mean, might as well just be added. But yeah, that's another good question anyway.
Yeah, let's switch to Instagram and. Will Claremont asks us best Gavin and Stacey scene. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I haven't watched it.
Right, this is where we're gonna murder Lewis. How in the fuck have you not watched Gavin and Stacey, bro?
How? Right, no, I'm coming back in. I know I said this is your show, but I cannot have that. Are you being serious?
I haven't watched it.
Right, I'm just tonight. I don't care what's happening. Obviously, because I've moved in now. We're all living close to each other now. You're coming over and we're watching Gavin and Stacey.
Right, you know, you're probably not going to know this anyway, but Mr. Bean, right, he puts little toothpick things on his eyes to keep his eyes awake. Do that with Gavin and Stacey, watch it for a whole night, just constantly series watch it, and mate, I'm telling you.
It's my favourite show on the planet. It's a cult classic, it's timeless.
I thought you liked Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Oh, I love Brooklyn Nine. That is a great show. But Gavin and Stacey is just... Right, let's be honest, put it this way. I kind of am Smithy, so I kind of just see it like the way he is. Ideally, I mean, favourite scene, if we're going to talk about it and like compare me and him, let's be honest, Curry scene.
Curry scene.
That is a great scene.
Easily.
That, or I was like, if you
just like...
Right, no, you would have seen it. You know, prawn boon, a lamb boon, a chicken rice, all that kind of... You must have seen that on social media. Lewis, where have you been for the past decade?
Stamford Bridge.
Well, okay. I haven't really got an answer to that. But
it is ultimately, as soon as we saw that question, we're like, we've got to answer it because it is a banging question. I need to give a special mention. As I said before we started filming, the Doris salad scene. It has to be the whole. Well, it's not a scene. It was a collection of scenes from the episode.
That's the guy who was the christening, right?
Yeah, no, so with Nessa, obviously Nessa owes her the money as well. You know, she's paying her back like £1 every year.
Time of the month it is, Gav. Alright, okay, yeah.
Oh, man, I love that. And also, Will, I think you asked a question in the first week as well, so another shout out to you as well, another good question.
Do you want me to go now? Okay, right.
Get going.
Just saying.
Yeah, but no, he had that was a great question anyway. But you do need to watch it. I mean, I've had my moment.
You have to remind me.
I had my moment of tandoori last week, and you're having your moment of Gavin and Stacey this week. It's a thing. We all learn.
It was set to come, wasn't it? Because we're talking about curries, and then Smithy comes in with a curry. You know, it was bound to happen.
Full circle. That's what I
like. It's nice, isn't it?
I have no clue what you're on about.
I mean, we're watching Gavin and Stacey tonight. It's happening. I don't care.
It has to happen.
I think I've made plans.
Yeah. No, you haven't.
Cut those plans.
Alright, Cobb, let's switch to the last question. And BearBucks88 asks us, against the fast-paced attack of the likes of Liverpool and City, do you think Sarri will restore Kante to Jorginho's position, shoring up the defence? If not, how will Jorginho cope against the power of teams as he is not as athletic or dynamic without who?
Without the Bay, as in N'Golo Kante.
He's going to be playing anyway.
The thing is, right, like, I've got to say with this, if you want to stay consistent in the Premier League, you stick with a formation, right? If a formation works and the players in the position work, you stick with it. I personally think that there could be some change, but I doubt it. I
don't see it.
If it works, then what's the point in changing it? We've won 5 from 5 at the end of the day, playing Jorginho in a holding position with Kante at the side of him. So I can see where you're coming from. Like, don't get me wrong, I can see where he's coming from here. But I don't think it would work, to be honest with you. I think it would change things up a bit too much.
No, for me it's like we brought in Jorginho to help bring in Sarri's style of play a lot quicker.
Yeah.
So, and the team flows through Jorginho, so I don't understand why we'd move Jorginho into a box-to-box role, even when it doesn't suit him.
Exactly. I mean, the way our system works, if you manage to man-mark Jorginho out of the game and you manage to close him down quick enough, then our system isn't as effective as it can be if you give him enough space and make him creative. But if you put him onto the left-hand side, it sort of limits his direction. Because if he's on the if he's on the left side or right side of the pitch, then he's going to stray to the sides of the pitch. Do you know what I mean? Playing in the middle, he's got that. Do you know what I mean? He's got the outlook of the old pitch.
Exactly, because that's the sort of player he's not a box-to-box player. He's a deep line playmaker. So, answer that question. I don't think he'll end up changing anything.
I mean, what I'll say is, I see games where Jorginho won't play potentially and Kante will, but then Kante will play holding. But that would be,
really?
I'd say that wouldn't be in the Prem. I'd say that would probably be maybe a second-rate game, because I think what he may do is he may play Barkley, rest Jorginho, and then play Kante.
I don't know, because looking at this question, I think the guy who's asking this question doesn't think Jorginho offers a lot defensively, and Jorginho does offer a lot. I think for Napoli, I don't remember the stats, but he had a lot of tackles for them and a lot of forward passes last season.
Yeah, I think, what was it? He had the most. Did he have the most amount of passes in Serie A or something like that?
I think in the top 5 leagues.
Best pass completion in the entirety.
That was it. Yeah.
88%, I think it was.
Yeah.
And tackles as well. So he can. So that's the thing. That's the thing when we were talking about Jorginho joining. I was saying this is what he has over Fabregas. He actually has the leg work as well.
Yeah, I mean that's our opinions on it. Really, I think it would be unlikely. I'd say
very unlikely.
As a whole, to round off the question, it would be unlikely.
Very unlikely. But guys, this is the point of the show where we finish off here. We head off to Sad Bastard's Corner and we answer your question of the week. So we'll see you guys in a bit.
So guys, we're back in Sad Bastard's Corner, and our question of the week comes from Insta, and it comes from the Dominic One, and he asks, "What's your favourite destination for 100% Chelsea lads holiday?" Now, this is a fantastic question, because there are so many places that I want to go in the world. I do like my travelling and that. Now, personally for me, I'd love to go to the USA. I know the standard of football ain't so good out there, but you know, as in for all us lot to go out there, it would be bang on. Louis has put forward Cuba, which is also a great shout. I've been there before. It's an amazing country. It's an incredible place to go. But talk to me, Lewis. What are you thinking? And can we afford it?
What? No, we don't.
I'll level with you. US sounds really good to me. I went there when I was 1, but obviously I don't remember a thing about it. And where else are the other options?
Well,
what are you guys thinking?
You've got the whole world at your oyster, mate.
To be fair, that's the thing. I'm not really that fussed about where we go.
Oh, well, there you go.
As long as
what?
As long as I don't get killed there.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to say something really nice and emotional.
So Lewis's answer is
Lewis's
answer is, where would you guys like to go? Anywhere, really. Anywhere in the world, that would do.
No, they're trying to work on planes to fucking the moon and shit. I don't mind going there. Probably cost a fortune, but
we ain't gonna get there anytime soon.
Right. Rio?
Yeah,
why not?
That's a great shout. And even to watch football in Brazil would be amazing. Yeah, that would be quality. I'd like to go to, well, although, you know, Argentina and England, you know, it's probably a little bit dodgy, but, you know, I'd still love to go there for like a Boca or a River Plate game. I think it'd be amazing.
Oh, that would be perfect.
The atmosphere there is just...
I've always wanted to see that.
Yeah.
Apparently the place is literally shaking during derbies.
That's unreal.
And shit.
I mean, the Bombonera is one of my favourite stadiums in the world. I think it's just bonkers. I'd love to go there. It's sort of like, I like to think I have a football bucket list. So if I could do a football type thing with all you lot, it would be quality to do. And just like go to one massive stadium, like you go to Mexico, go to Azteca. You know, you go to America to watch something, maybe at the
Vancouver Whitecaps Stadium, innit?
Yeah, I'd like to go to Atlanta. I think I can't remember what they're called. The Mercedes-Benz Stadium, I think it is.
Yeah.
But I could tick off loads of places where I'd love to go.
I'm trying to think. We've done North America, we've done South America, we've done Europe. What are we doing for Asia? If there was one country in Asia we want to go to, where do we want to go?
I don't know. The thing is, for the players, I'd go to China. I'd watch a game in China.
Thailand.
Oh yeah.
That
Yeah,
would
because
be
he loves the ladyboys over there.
Oh yeah. Seriously for that.
That would be such a messy.
Yeah,
holiday
that
if
would
we
be
went there.
quality.
I'm sure we'd all lose each other.
It'd be like The Hangover. I'd shave my head again.
Yeah. Oh, great film as
No,
well.
you'd
Yeah,
get your
great
head
film.
shaved and you won't remember doing it.
Yeah, and you'll get a tattoo on your face like Mike Tyson.
Yeah. And I'm going to carry around a baby all day and a little monkey on my shoulder.
And get shot.
Yeah. I think.
Australia.
Oh yeah.
Melbourne,
can see
Sydney.
Chris.
Oh yeah.
Go see Chris!
Exactly.
Yeah, okay, Australia sounds a lot better.
Bucket list as well. Got to tick that off too. But yeah, I mean, and Africa as well. Can't forget Africa.
I recommend Ethiopia, total unbiased.
Yeah, that's it. Ethiopia then. Good. Right, so I think that will wrap it up then. And thank you for the Sad Bastards Corner question of the week. And I hope you enjoyed today as well. Leave it a like if you enjoyed. Leave a dislike if you didn't. You know, is what it is. Make sure you check us out on all of our socials as well. Check Lewis's out. Check mine out. Check Louis' out. Who's behind the camera. And check the channels out as well.